No, 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 no.
Stay savage, your boy Shino Ben Trill. You talking the real, you talking that smack, you better duck in the field. You ever talk smack, I'm gonna clap you with this drill. Nah, I don't know. Just ignore that. But today we are back, and this time we're gonna be talking about Momoshiki Otsutsuki as well as Urashiki Otsutsuki. And we're gonna throw some Kawaki up in there, you know, we're gonna salt bait that bitch real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like today we got a little interesting theory. Essentially, will Momoshiki get betrayed by Urashiki? Now, obviously a lot of people have their own personal thoughts and personal opinions about the boy Urashiki. If you look at this man, he does give off like this super sketchy vibe, like in terms of just giving out information or just the way he acts around his other companions that are supposed to be the main branch of the Otsutsuki clan. Like when he pops up, you know, he even gives Momoshiki this weird ass mumble, like, you know, still as grumpy as ever, or still as like evil as ever, like some type of shit like that. You know, he's still sneak dissing, kind of like, you know, I feel as though this man is gonna be that Otsutsuki that decides to go off and act on his own. Now obviously things are gonna have to get lit up until that point. Things are gonna have to take place. Now, one of the biggest factors that made me make this theory was due to the fact that a lot of you guys were talking about Momoshiki, and you guys were talking about Urashiki, and you talk about how he was very sketchy and how, you know, he didn't seem like he was for the Kara. Like even then, you know, I feel as though this man has his own agenda. Like, you know, if you look at the way he carries himself, he went after Toneri. He didn't want to actually hurt Toneri. He actually wanted to seal him because he said that wasn't his orders of the main branch. But even then, you know, we come back and we see Momoshiki, you know, get some intel from him, and he was like, oh, there's only two tail beasts, which is Killer Bee and Naruto. Those are the only two Jinchurikis around, you know what I'm saying? And like, you gotta think about it, the rest of the tail beasts are roaming somewhere. Even if there aren't any Jinchurikis, why wouldn't they go after the rest of the tail beasts? Now clearly the host users have high chakra reserves and shit like that. You know, maybe over the years they have amassed so much. I mean, Naruto was just kind of born with that shit, but like everybody else, you know, like Killer Bee had to, you know, work hard to get this chakra reserves and gain all this chakra. So he basically notes to Momoshiki, yeah, these guys have so much chakra, they have a lot of chakra, like why not just go after the beast in their raw form, which is raw chakra, and have some of the most dominant chakra throughout the land? Because if you go after like 7 other beasts, then you approach Killer Bee, then you approach Naruto, that's a one shot, you know, because you have all the power of the other 7 tail beasts. But mind you, Urashiki didn't say anything of that knowledge or say anything in that manner. And you know, when he was directing it, he was more assertive with the Jinchuriki, because you gotta think about it, if Momoshiki probably knew that he could get the other 7 tail beasts before confronting Naruto and Killer Bee, he may or may not have done that. Another few factors that lead me to believe that Momoshiki is gonna get betrayed by Urashiki is the Kara. Like the Kara even speaks upon Momoshiki. They're talking about like that damn Momoshiki intervened, you know, he got involved. Obviously they knew about the events that took place at Konoha, you know, during their tuning exams. They know that Naruto was essentially going up in there and, you know, fighting against them, and I think they had some other type of plan for Momoshiki. I thought Momoshiki probably was gonna be sacrificed. You know, Urashiki was gonna be like, hey, you know, I'm gonna allow you guys to kill him to get the seal and shit like that, or you know, I'm gonna allow Kenshiki to be sacrificed, you guys gonna get the seal like that. Because at some point or another, we're gonna see how a lot of the members of the Kara actually got their karma seal, how they become like the more powerful people that they are. We're gonna see Jigen's like past reveal. We're gonna see how he got the karma seal, and he has it directly on his face. Now clearly we have a lot of speculation that Jigen may be a different fucking being from a different place, because this man is dimensional. You know, if you look at this man, he's always teleporting in, he's always teleporting out, and he knows a lot about the Otsutsukis as well as a lot of the other events that are going on throughout the Naruto world. Now mind you, this may be just speculation on Jigen. I won't go into too much context because that would be a different theory. Now obviously we look at the manga, and there's this one manga chapter that's a cover with, you know, younger Kawaki on it. We see Kid Kawaki on the cover of it with the new Team 7. We've seen a lot of like the other new generation members on this cover, and it's sketchy because in this manga chapter you don't actually see Kawaki. You don't get any information about Kawaki. And you know, obviously if you're looking at the anime and you're looking at the manga, you know that the recent episode of the manga, chapter 23, is like what's bringing Kawaki to lighting. So we don't see Kawaki at that point when there's a picture of him on the cover. You know, everybody had speculation back when this manga chapter dropped that, you know, Kawaki would appear, Kawaki would be seen during this portion of, like, you know, the manga. Like when this chapter was out, you know, everybody thought, okay, this is a Kid Kawaki, we're gonna see Kid Kawaki start to pop up, we're gonna see Kid Kawaki start to appear. But that's not what we saw. You know, I was talking to Bara B, we had a speculation video, and he mentioned something that could be critical to this theory. He was essentially saying, you know, they put Urashiki in here. You know, obviously this is supposed to go off of the movie pilot. You know, this was supposed to be the original movie adaptation before they cut it, and you know, obviously there was a budget cut because there was not enough time, there was not enough space to cram everything in. So Kishimoto scratched a few ideas, and now they're rehashing those ideas, like Toneri popping up. You know, Toneri talking to Boruto, Toneri and Urashiki having confrontation. You know, like before like the events of the movie, Urashiki popping up. You know, essentially giving information to Momoshiki, talking with, you know, them as if they're when they're extracting the tail beast from fucking Killer Bee and trying to absorb him and turning him to chakra. You know, you see all these different things that we didn't get to see in the movie, and now it makes me wonder, when does Kawaki come into play? Will Kawaki get a moment at some later date in the anime, maybe episode 59, 64, something like that, and you know, maybe he comes in contact with Urashiki. Now there's a lot of speculation behind Kawaki. You know, they talk about how Kawaki may be a synthetic human. I've said this time and time again. We say Kawaki could be a Uzumaki. That's the new trend that's been popping up. They say Kawaki could be like his own person, just a kid that grew up in ninja's times, and he had some type of KK Genkai, and he was super strong, and that's why they took him on as a vessel and shit like that. But what if at some point or another, after Urashiki betrayed Momoshiki and essentially went at this man's neck, you know, are essentially going to help the humans, and the humans betrayed him? Or maybe in fact he went to help the humans and actually try to make himself a vessel for them, and told them, look, if you guys defeat me, this is the seal you'll get, blah blah blah, I'll still be alive. Because at some point in time, I'm starting to wonder about these seals, because when you get these seals, you know, Boruto got the seal, there was like this special bonding between him and Momoshiki where only he could see it. The only other person who was able to see it was Sasuke, due to Sasuke having the Rinnegan. Sasuke's body was stuck in paralysis, but his Rinnegan was still able to see the events and see everything that transpired and took place. You know, so maybe, you know, Urashiki allows himself to get caught, or maybe the Kara basically forces Kawaki to kill him. You know, maybe they all like go ahead and fight against Urashiki, you know, trying to take him down, essentially get the karma seal and beat his ass. And as he gets to his weaker moments, you know, the boy Kawaki steps in and he gets the final blow, like Naruto did with Boruto. Boruto essentially used the Rasengan, got the final blow, and that was essentially what killed the boy Momoshiki. And we're gonna see the exact same thing happen with Kawaki, but just from a different perspective. As far as we know right now, there's not too much information about Kawaki's past. We don't know anything about him. You know, we just found this kid just laying out there in the grass, laying out there in the ground, you know, obviously surrounded by the puppets. We know that he's this important vessel to the Kara. They even talked about how expensive he was. Like I said before, you know, we know Boruto and we know Naruto's realm. Naruto had a whole fucking slave trade for people with KK Genkais going on. People were selling and buying people, making them fight against each other. If you look at Sasuke's story, you see that happen time and time again. Even Sasuke went through the lengths of trying to free everybody in that area, or basically trying to help everybody essentially get out of there, and they wouldn't be used just for their KK Genkais, because Sasuke could relate. Everybody was after him due to him having the Sharingan, and that's something that even Orochimaru knew. Orochimaru went after him due to him having the Sharingan, as well as try to even apprehend Itachi, but he couldn't handle Itachi, so he went after the little brother, because, you know, he was such a pussy that he had to go a different route. So maybe Kawaki is around those lines, and you know, he maybe has like a high chakra reserve, which allows him to use this ability to the best. Maybe he knows how to use the karma seal, or maybe he has a study or some type of knowledge of seals. Maybe he's an Uzumaki. Like, the reason why I think I'm so emphasized on the Uzumaki now is because, like, you know, we had the Uchiha story. Someone tried to tell me that Boruto wasn't really based around clans, when the whole premises of Boruto is based around the Otsutsuki clan and how their powers work. And when, like, the most important thing that we've known about, like, the Boruto manga and the Boruto anime is the Otsutsuki clan, and you know, the most important thing that dealing with them is like they're celestial beings, and when you kill them you get seals. Now obviously I said this in the Uzumaki theory, it was just like, you know, who else would be the best person to decrypt these seals? Who else would be studying seals? Like, if you guys look early on into like the series, you see like there's a board full of seals, and everybody's trying to study those seals and trying to figure out what these seals are. And you know, we seen the Uzumaki clan supposed to be like the best sealing technique users, and I mean, why not see the Uzumaki story? We got to see everything about the Uchiha, and we didn't get really too much backstory. There's a misconception that everybody says all the Uzumakis have to have red hair. That is not a misconception. It's like this: Uzumakis have a common trait of getting rid of hair, but there's a chance that they can have another hair color. It's almost like, you know, Madara with the Uchiha. Like I said in the video, you know, they may have fire style, but Madara was born with wind style. So we might see Kawaki actually kill Urashiki to ascertain the seal, and that may be what he's meaning by when he sends Naruto into this realm. And he's like, I'm gonna send you where I sent the 7 Hokage. This could be what he's referring to. Right now, it's all speculation, really. Just let me know your personal thoughts and your personal opinions. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. If you guys would like to check out the Uzumaki theory, I'll leave the video right here somewhere in the edit cards or whatever. And with that being said, finally, stay true and stay real. Have a blessed day. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye.